Oh. On Saturday the 17th of December, I ran Nav4's Tour De Helvellyn ultramarathon, and to be honest, it was quite hard, and I kind of wanted to share my experience of that because it was quite hard, and it was an interesting mental battle experience. There was a lot of things. And sometimes you run and you feel like you're flying and it feels great. Other times you run and you feel like you're dying and it feels shit. But isn't that kind of the point? Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's a lot of rice. And yeah, it is. I alluded to floating earlier, and what I mean by that is it's kind of what I did for this event. The past two ultras I've done, and the first ever ones I've ever done, I neurotically obsessed about every minute detail, and I could not have been more prepared. I couldn't have thought about every single possible situation. Everything was in order. And it was good and it was needed, but it was also a bit stressful. And I think I just kind of needed to float a bit for this one. And to kind of get slapped around the face by the universe to say, be more prepared, dickhead. And being shit is invaluable. And in the world of continuous self-development, endless information, I think it's one of the most underrated aspects of life. We fear being shit, and so we do nothing. But this is one of the most elusive and enticing things about ultra running to me, is I really have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm prepared to experience whatever I need to experience, get a face full of mud, but to learn from it and to do it different next time. Because isn't that kind of the whole excitement of being alive? Something else I wanted from this was the full solo experience. Now, the past two ultras I've done, I've had the most incredible people come and support me, help me, all of that. And part of me wanted to see what it was like, what the experience was like to kind of do it completely alone. You know, drive myself there, stay there alone the night before, drive myself there in the morning, do it alone, see nobody, finish alone, drive myself home, and just to kind of see what the difference is. And for sure, I had a solo experience. The universe definitely listened. You know, I barely saw anybody on the actual race, didn't speak to anybody. Different experience. But it definitely made me realise the importance of people. I'm just calculating shit. So not everything is prepared yet. I mean, stuff is everywhere, so actually nothing's prepared. But what I have prepared now is my snacks, which are there, and I'm just looking at timings for everything. So I've just been trying to figure out, because basically with this ultra there's no route. You get given the coordinates of the 8 checkpoints and you have to basically make your way to each checkpoint using whatever route is appropriate. So I kind of plotted my route. I've recce'd the route I'm planning on doing, given that it doesn't change, but it's supposed to be snowing tonight, tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm gonna have a look at the map and see where I can make it longer basically, but still make it safe. Crazy, like literally cannot. I've just been crawling up this hill. It's mental. Literally everything is black ice. So I see why it's been changed. So we're 11.68 miles in, 2 hours 47, and I need a wee really bad. There's no anywhere to kind of hide. But I'm so glad I bought these crampons. I've never worn them in my entire life. literally everywhere and everything is black ice, so not a chance of I even be able to get past the first mile. Literally everything is ice. So 20 miles in, been going for 5 hours. Just got to the halfway point up there and had another low point, and I was like, whoa, I just felt so tired, like my legs felt so heavy, and then a lot of mental arguing. But at the top of the turnaround bit, had a good laugh, a few funny chats. Some legend gave me a mince pie, which I'd never had before. It was actually, well, that's about half it out. But all this seems to ever be, I'm learning, is peaks and troughs. A sock. So I had tampons in my bag for this reason, and then I was packing it. I took them out because I was like, I'm not going to use tampons in my nose, and now I'm using a sock in my nose. So 28 miles in, we're going for about 7.5 hours now. Definitely getting tired. Definitely am tired. And I've definitely had a whole lot of shit to work on because I just was not prepared for this. Like, I didn't have a strategy really. I think I mentioned before, I've just kind of been floating about and has its pros, but basically I went out too fast at the start. I just didn't really think about it. I can tell because my heart rate now, even maybe running like a 14-minute mile, is like 175 BPM, which is high. I feel knackered. So I'm 32 miles in. I've not changed my socks once. Not taken my shoes off. And my feet feel like they've just exploded. So, I've finished. I got some cake and a slice of bread. Yeah, That was good. I don't really have many words, to be honest. But I do know that I need to get warm. Because I'm getting cold. Ready. Okay. Actually, I mean, they don't look good, but I mean, it doesn't look good, does it? But there's no blisters on that toe, that foot, which is impressive. Oh my god, it actually is actually my foot. So I guess to kind of round off, you know, the experience is, you know, to refer back to the kind of the title of all of this, which is, you know, to make mistakes and fall flat on your face. That's kind of what I did. You know, I made so many mistakes with running with a bag I never ran with before, not being stringent with my eating, with my drinking, not being stringent with my pace, a bag that was too heavy, X, Y and Z, 10 million factors, 10 million reasons. And I kind of want to just elaborate on that. I think it's actually really good to make mistakes, and I think while you can do everything perfectly, you know, we live in an era of you can attain knowledge about anything anywhere, and you can read about the pros and what they do, and I think there's something really kind of pure and wholesome and vital to making mistakes yourself. And through kind of, you know, my biggest appreciation and love for the sport, for ultra running, is I have no idea what I'm doing, and I am literally just learning as I go on through making mistakes. And I think that, you know, the best way to learn is to do something perhaps wrong, different, to kind of suffer the consequence, but then you know next time that you're definitely not going to do it. And I think that kind of opens it up to just this exploration of, let's just see what happens, and then you learn from that, and that creates a desire for more, and that causes you to bridge the gap between last time and next time, and that's the progression. That's the exciting bit. So I couldn't be more grateful for the experience, really, and I think I found it harder than the other two ultras I've done, even though it was, you know, 20 miles shorter and all the rest. But I think just to be okay with making mistakes, and to not, you know, the trap of the perfectionist is that you want everything to be perfect, and so you wait until the time is perfectly right, you wait until you have all the information, all the knowledge, everything's perfect, and then you do it. But that time never arrives, ever. And I think there's something so wonderful about just getting a face full of mud, getting it wrong, but doing differently next time. And definitely also learn the importance of people and the difference that people make, you know, just pulling you out yourself, you know, adding a bit of humility, a bit of laughter, get rid of some of the seriousness. But it was an experience for sure, and one that I'm really glad I had, and I've learnt so many things to take into this next kind of stage of training to try and run 106 miles in June, which is basically what I'm going to document for the next 6 months, and everything that I'm going to do kind of towards that. And I think kind of the main thing being that I learned was to not forget that it's supposed to be hard. It was a subtle thing that I think I forgot, and when it felt hard I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong? The reality is you're running for quite a long time, for quite a long way. It's quite hard. That's kind of the point. So anyway, thank you for watching. I think I'm about to do one of those wanky outro things. Yeah. Bye.